So hi, maybe I think maybe I can. I'm not sure if you can mute yourself. Because you're on iPhone, yeah, I mute you because there is noise from you. But if you wanna have a question or something, you can text or try to talk. Or, because now I think you're on mute. So so today I want to show you something about the knowledge of Kabbalah, but on the point, and we're going to go to in the end to a formula or a light which is exist and not exist. So this is our topic, and we will see how we get to there and how these things are supposed to help or heal people and help people with other issues. And we will see if it works or not. So it's not only theory, but it's also practice. And maybe, of course, you can use it to yourself, but also you can use it to other people that you are healing or treating, so giving consultation. Um, we will see how that it works. So I want to start from in general. So this knowledge is come from the Kabbalah, as you see from the website. It's the Kabbalah, but the Kabbalah it's talking about two different or two main issue. And the Kabbalah, it's mean knowledge. It's mean a knowledge that they think they have it, and it's a theory like every theory. So it's a theory. But let's say in short we understand what they are saying. The Kabbalah says they talk about two different things. They're talking about how the world was created, and the other they're talking about the light of God or light, which means what is it, God? So that's the two branches that the Kabbalah is talking about. So we're going to see what they mean. That's our goal, and then to go higher and see what's going on here. So they said in the beginning it was all light. Think about all these pages as one light, what they call it, no end, or infinity. That's the world of infinity. You probably heard about it. And this world, because it was all light of God, and by the way, the light, it's not the light from the electricity. It's a terminology. It's analogy. They use the word light to describe what they're trying to describe. What is it? The light of God. So this light, it was all over before all the creation. That's the first creation. The light and no end this world, no end world. It was the first creation, and it was all light of God. And then they said, in some point in the light, what they call it, after we will see there are many different name of God, but let's call it for now God, decided to create a space so he can create our world, what we know it is, as we know it, our world, our reality. So think about it, there is all around right now, there is light, okay? There is all around light. And what happened, as we said, it creates a space, meaning that it's pushing the light to the side and create this space. Now the light wants to get in to this space to create the world. So, and then you get in the light from outside, get in, and create the first sphere. Probably all of you heard about, I'm doing it short, but probably all of you heard about spheroids. Spheroid is, everyone see that, that's the spheroid, 10 spheroid. So, and then the light keep going inside and create another sphere and get another sphere and so on. Until we get to the 10th sphere, which is our world, which is called the Malchut. Now, there is a lot of things to know and understand what's going on here, but this is what is called the side of the creation. What happened after the light, when the light was created, and now how the world was created. So they say it was created from 10 spheroids and from the 22 Hebrew alphabet. But we want to go higher from the light. We want to understand what is the light, because we want to reach the light. And we know the light, although it's infinity, it's a something. It's a light, but also with something, what they call it vessel. So every vessel, they have also what it is, the physical things, and also the light of, let's call it the light of God. They call it in the books Atzmuto, which it is what it is. They don't know what is that, because you can't say anything about it. So this is the top that they can go with the brain, which is when they're talking about, when they say God or Atzmuto, they mean this is, we can't say anything about it, because it is what it is. We can't think about it. We don't know what is that, but it is what it is. We understand there is something about any creation, because everything you say about creation, every creation has a place and time, and therefore it's a something and something created. Until you get to the point, there is a point that there is something it is what it is. We don't know what is that. But they know it was created, the something was created from nothing. So it is what it is. It's exist and not exist at the same time. And if it exists and not exist at the same time, it means it's one. Because it's the same things at the same time and the same place. Until here, it's understand? Everyone hear me? Emilia? I feel I'm talking to myself. I don't want to feel it. Emilia, can you hear me? Hello? I think she's muted herself. Okay. Monica, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ah, okay. That's great. I see no one even bother to join us, and I'm not sure even if Emilia she's hearing us anymore. But let's hope. So Monica, so stop me if you feel that you don't understand something. Let me know, okay?
Sure. Yeah. So far.
Until now, it's clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, but the question is, so when you say Atzmuto, do you understand what is it? Did you hear about the light, the infinity, the world of infinity?
Yes, the word. Yeah.
So when you're saying, as you said before, a creator, a God, a creator, what did you mean? What is it? Where is that? So first you understand and believe that the world was created by the creation, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Creator.
And for me, we are gods. We are creators.
But who create you?
Um, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe at the higher levels of consciousness, we are all one.
Yeah,
All,
but the conscience. So who create you? The consciousness.
so, the God. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, but we can think together. We can think. You can say what you think, and we will see if what you think is maybe makes sense. So maybe we can learn from you,
Yes, but
learn from each other. Yes, of course.
if it
Of course.
comes about who created us and how, I don't know yet.
But the question is, who do you think create the world?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And
but you're saying you think you God. So the question, who create you?
my,
And if you
my
God, so who create the God inside you? If you say you are God.
I think it's like we are conscious creatures. So I don't know, maybe God created us to experience the world from the perspective of a human being.
Maybe, but you answering to the question why God create us, and I'm asking who is it God? Who
You're asking
create you? Not
who is
why. No one, not to answer to the question who, not why why he create you or the world.
who is this? Who is God?
Who is that? Yeah, we want to know who is that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you
I
understand
would
me?
say me myself, but maybe it's more complicated than it.
What do you mean you? You create yourself?
Yes, at some point,
How did you create yourself?
because God is inside of me. So because we are just people right now, and I think we have to get to the higher levels of consciousness. So we're experiencing a life as a human beings, and then maybe we're gonna reincarnate, and I don't know. Eventually, we're gonna become gods, like spiritual, not human beings, but spiritual beings.
Okay, but you're
And we
going.
are not going to experience world by only by our five senses, but through something deeper. Because now everything is this is a materialistic world. Most of people act like animals, just um to eat and reproduce. Most of the people just think about, I don't know, sex, about parties. I don't know. So people
Okay,
don't have that feelings at all.
okay, but we want to go higher from this, and then to see how to.
Yes, that's
And by the way, how do you feel about it when you are thinking about that? Does everyone want to talk about the party and other things? How do you feel about it?
um me myself. I think I don't know. I think we have to do everything. We got a lie from someone, maybe from I don't know
Right.
from someone.
So when you say light, what do you mean?
Like living and experiencing,
Okay.
and we're
So
gonna we have to work on the real consciousness to become like spiritual being.
when you say consciousness, you mean understanding, right?
Understand the deepest secret.
Right. Right. I like it. Right. So this is the light. When they say light, they're talking about there is some, you need to understand something. If you find something, if you find what is it God, which is the top of the top, so you can understand everything and your life get better. I give you an example. For example, from the Kabbalah, they teach, they have a light, which is actually light, which understanding, it's actually a formula. Let's call it formula. It's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to apply the rule. If you understand that, so first you need to get to this something, to the rule, to the formula, and then when you get it, so you need to bring it down to act accordingly. So, for example, I give you an example. There are other formulas. For example, there is a formula. Unconditional love. Did you hear about it?
Yes, I did. Yes.
There are many. So for example, they said how they get to this formula. It's a formula. How they get to this rule, unconditional love. Someone think, and he understands God because it's above and the light. So the God is because he loves and he does everything for good. And all of him is good, so he loves you without condition. Unconditional love. God loves you. Therefore, if you want to be like him, so you need also to love each other and to behave without no conditional love to each other and to the people and everyone. Unconditional love.
Yes. So we have
It's a formula. It's a light. It's a formula. It's understanding.
So I think we have to lose our ego, which is kind of a devil for us.
Right. For example, it's another formula, ego. So
Mm-hmm.
they say there is the ego. People want. That's the ego.
People
want, and therefore now, and God doesn't have ego, or he has ego, or you know how to deal with ego, whatever. So let's work on this formula. And trying to fix this formula, this issue, this character, ego in our character, and to try to change it. It's a formula. And then they teach how to deal with this ego. It's a formula.
Mm-hmm.
But we have another formula. Because this formula is coming from the sferot down. You need to, one day we're going to understand what is the sferot, but as I showed you, probably you heard about, you saw all these things, right? This sferot, right? Can you see that? Can you see? Let's pick this one.
Yes, yeah. It is a tree of life.
Right, tree of life, they call it, or we call it 10 sferot, or tree of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are 10 sferot, but this is the let's call it the classic Kabbalah. When you're going to study, for example, you want to study Kabbalah, they're going to teach you about the sferot. And then from the sferot, so there is a rule, it says, for example, about the ego and how to work on your ego, or unconditional love, or to receive, so you can give or influence on others. So this is one level. This is what you can go and study for example, in a Kabbalah center or other centers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is another way to see the sferot, which what we said now. There is a light around, and the light get in, and it's make the sferot like around. We want to go higher than this.
Yeah.
We want to go to look for what is it? What it's real? What is it Atzmuto? What is it God? What is it this light? What is it? So if we find what is it God, which it is what it is, and if we can understand him, So we want to be like him, and to be like him is to take what it is, the formula, and to bring it down to us, to the person, so they can live a life according to the formula. So if we are going above the spherot and above the infinity and no end, the world of infinity, and we are keep going up to the Atzmuto, it is what it is, we find out this Atzmuto, it is what it is, it's actually exist and not exist at the same time, simultaneously. You can understand that? It makes sense for you?
Mm-hmm.
But what can you understand from this formula? How the question is, do you think exist and not exist, they can be in the same time, simultaneously? You are looking now on the computer, right?
Yes.
Do you think it not exist right now? You can see that it exists for you, right?
Yes.
So can you think it not exist?
I can imagine.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So how do you feel? What do you see?
Nothing.
Right, nothing. But at the same time, it's something, right?
It doesn't exist, so I see nothing.
Right. At the same time, it's something, right?
Yeah.
Great.
But my senses are telling me that it exists.
Right, you're great. But many people cannot understand how something exists. It cannot exist at the same time. It's very hard to people to understand that. Not everyone. Some people have the light direct, like you have it. You have the light. That's called the light because it's a formula, and that's what. If we understand this is actually what is the light, it exists and not exist simultaneously. So we can live a life accordingly, and now we can see how does it work. So now not everyone has the light, like you can understand that. So this is great. It's going to be for you really easy. So that's great light. That's the light we are talking about. Okay, that's to understand that. If you understand, you have the light. If you don't understand, you want to reach this light. That's all the goal. That's all the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is in the Kabbalah. They don't talk about it. It's still secret. They are talking, as I said, in the Kabbalah, in the books of Kabbalah, even in a book. They are talking from here down, from the Yud Ke Vav Ke, the infinity. They are talking down. All the books in the Kabbalah, it's about here, about the spherot, what's going on in the spherot. But they don't ask the question, what is above the light? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's still, until now, it's a secret. They don't want to teach. They don't want to tell this secret.
But why not? Why?
I will explain why. It's a good question. I'll explain. After we're going to move more understanding, you're going to see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a problem with this. They think it's a problem for their hand. Mm-hmm. We will see there are 3 or 2 different issues with this. But the existence, but this light, we want to go up. By the way, it doesn't mean they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't write down on it because you can't.
So let me understand something. So there are people who know that, but they don't want to share it with the public, with the other people.
Right. So they don't write it on. They don't write on it. They don't. There's no writing. There are no books. It's between person to person. No one write it down.
So everyone needs to experience it by
itself. That's why you don't teach Kabbalah. Kabbalah you don't teach. You give this formula, and you tell them go try it, and then come to talk about it.
Oh, so this is about so this is it's not like a regular religion. Let's say.
It's not a religion. It's not a belief. It's not nothing. It's about try.
I'm all about your spiritual feelings, your experiences, not just they tell you that, I don't know, this is that, and you must believe this.
Right. That comes from here, from the Sferot. They're telling you to do the mitzvot or to do other things. But here, there is no relevant to that, to religious. It's not about belief. It's about here. This is the formula. Try, see what happened, and we understand each other, and now we can talk about it between us because we say Atzmuto, the light of Atzmuto, it is what it is, and we cannot say anything about it because every time you want to see something, say something or think, it's me. There is something about it. Right? Because if you're going to say Atzmuto, it's a something, you're going to say who creates this something. And if you say who created something, it's a something, so you're going to say so who created something of the something. So there is no end. Therefore, you can't even say anything about it. So they use the word Atzmuto. It's allegory. It's something we understand now. When we say Atzmuto, we mean that it is what it is. We cannot say anything about it because it doesn't make sense to say anything. You cannot. So if someone asks what is it, God, in general, you say the top answer is to say it is what it is. I don't know. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So what is, if it is what it is, what his character, what he has, what we can learn from him, from this is what it is that we don't know, we can say it exists and not exist simultaneously. Right? That's we can say. It exists and not exist simultaneously. It's the same one. It's a one, which is exist and not exist simultaneously. That's why it's one, because it's simultaneously. If it exists is one thing, right? Exist, it's one thing. And not exist is the second thing. If they are simultaneously, they became one, right? Because it's the same time. As we explained, exist everything it exists because it must have a place and time. Otherwise, we don't. We must have exist place and time, and two places and two things cannot be in the same place and time. That's why when you say that you can sit, you can watch the computer, and to think about it not exist, it's actually you can put it's not exist and they exist at the same time and place. You can think about it. It's not like you are closing your eyes or looking to other place. You can look into your computer and say it exists and not exist. That's the understanding. So now you ask about the question, why it's a secret, right? Why it's so secret? So what's the problem? So what if this not exist? What's so big deal? Why it's so big? Why it's so big deal? So the big deal is, if you understand exist and not exist simultaneously is the same things, so everything which is something, everything is exists, including the mitzvot. You know what is it, mitzvah? Did you hear about it? Did you hear about mitzvah? Mitzvah is what the Jewish need to do. For example, when they keep Shabbat, or they keep not to eat kosher, or to eat this, all this is called mitzvot. There are about 613 mitzvot in the Bible, right? It's called mitzvah. Mitzvah, it's all the, let's think about it, all the rules, or commandments, or God commandments in the Bible. Have you heard about the 7 law of Noah? So it's a law. Mitzvot, it's law by God, so it's called mitzvah. You heard about it, right? So think about it like law. It's law by God. God said, therefore it's a mitzvah. Because so that's how they call it, mitzvah. Anyhow, so what is it, religions? Religious is if someone perform the law, right?
Yeah.
Doing things that they have been told. Right? Doesn't matter now. It's a Jewish law. It's a Christian law, Muslim, Buddha. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It just
doesn't matter. If you do something according to something, someone tell you to do something, and you are doing rules. So it's a religion. Religion, it means that you are following the rules. Right?
Yeah.
So, but if there is a law, if people doing the law, the specific rule or law, so on the other hand, they can think there are other options of law. For example, not to have law. Right? It's an option.
Yes.
No, not law. Not to have law. In one hand, it says there is reality of law. On the other hand, it says there's no law. But what is it law? What is it law? Not to translate. A law, it's a something. Someone created the law. Right? It doesn't come from nowhere. It's a creation, right? Someone created it.
Right.
It's a something. It exists. Right?
Yeah.
Like here, it exists. A law, everything it exists. A thought, everything. Everything it exists. Everything have a place and time. It's existence. Everything you can think of. So there is the laws which exist, and there is other option could be not law, not exist. Right? Look at how it's connected. Right?
Yeah.
There is, and between them, between the exist and not exist, or between law or not law, you can have no end of options between them. You can put whatever you want. No law, it's a rule, it's a half rule, it's a mitzvot, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It's a something. Now, because you have at least 2 options, it must be something above them. The one. They are coming from the same source. Therefore, if they are coming from the same source, it means they are exist and not exist at the same time. So if they are exist and not exist at the same time, and someone is doing the practice the religions, for example, and you understand actually it's exist and not exist at the same time, so he can say to himself, so why should I do the law at all? Why should I be a religious at all? No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter much. It exists and not exist. So that's why one hand is a secret, because if people understand, they will start to be a religion. So there's not going to be a religion, maybe. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But did you understand how we get to the conclusion that it's one and exists and not exist? Let's take another option. Let's assume people want to walk through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Here we have a wall. We have a wall here. Okay? Now, can you understand how we get to the point of it's exist and not exist? If I'm saying someone want to walk through the wall,
There is no wall.
Right. So if you can think there is another option, right? There's no wall.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have two options, must be something above them, right?
Yeah.
Must be, because if there are more than one, if there is more than one, at least two, it's enough to understand there is something above the two, which is one. So if I'm saying there is a wall, and on the other hand I'm saying there is an option that the wall not exist, or if I'm saying I want to cross, if it's the option to go through the wall, people can say no, there's no, you can't do it. But can you think as an option? So at some point people get to they realize that that maybe there is an option, even if it's 0.000 billion zero, there is an option.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if there is an option, at least one, so we know there is something above them, which is the one. They are coming from the same source. And when they are together in the same source, they are actually even not exist. Because now they are one. So they are exist, but not exist at the same time. And that's what we're trying to understand. How does it? And how we can live a life. We want to live a life according to this. And if we understand that, as you saw yesterday, the guy from yesterday just started to practice, and his life started to change immediately.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So let's take a case study, for example. So, for example, someone come to me and he said, listen, I have a problem with my family. They are fighting with each other, and I don't know what to do. So you ask the person. I asked them. So okay, what is the problem? So he said the problem that I feel bad. So I said, why do you feel bad? So he said, I want to help them, to my family, so they're not going to feel bad, also going to feel good, and not to fight with each other. Okay, but what he feel bad, and he want to go and help to his family. But how you can help to your family if you feel bad. It doesn't make sense. They feel bad, you feel bad. How you can go and help to people if you by yourself feel bad? Doesn't make sense, right? So if he feel bad from this situation, what happened in his family, the question is if there are other options of his feelings, because what he feel bad. So in some point he's going to say, yes, there are other options. For example, to feel good. He can understand that it's only one option, that's what he feels.
Mm-hmm.
And he understands there are other options of feelings. To feel bad is only one option. So once he understands, there is another option, so he can understand easily that the two options, good or bad, they are coming from the same source. He just live a life of feeling bad. That's his life. Whatever. It doesn't matter how we feel it. Why? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what caused him. The fact is he feels bad. So if you understand it's come from the same roots, so now he can understand it exists and not exist at the same time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you understand it exists and not exist at the same time, now he can go and help to the family with the bad feelings that he had before, which is bad feelings he want to go to help to his family when he felt bad. It doesn't make sense.
But what if a person, let's say, if talking about one person who hurt you somehow, so okay, so we can change the bad feelings into good feelings, but what if that person still hurts you?
And how do you feel when he hurts you?
And this is just an example.
Yeah, as an example.
And you feel bad, but you cannot. So I don't know if you should just, let's say, leave that person or job or relationship or whatever it is.
Stay
in it and just
don't think. Hold on for a second. Don't go so far about what to do.
Mm-hmm.
First, analyze what happened. First, you understand you feel bad.
Yeah.
Right? While you are jumping, what should I do? Hold on. Before you are going to do something, you need to think about something.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand something. You need to have the light. Once you get the light, you can do. After you can go and do what you will see what you need to do. But you jump in, you saying I feel bad, and now I need to leave. I need to do this. I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Then hold on. We are going to do it, Monica, a private, so it's good. It's better. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to have more people, so let's feel free. So yes, okay, so you feel bad, okay? So now what? So now what is the question?
Yeah, so how long you should stay in such a situation? Is there any limit of that?
But hold on. You feel bad, right?
Yeah.
Can you feel other things? There are other options of these feelings?
Yeah, you can feel good.
Okay. So if it feels good also, you understand above them there is the one. They are coming from the same source.
Uh-huh.
No, this is you understand. If not, we need to talk about the one. What is it one? And why they are coming from the same source. You need to this is you need to understand. It's you know, it's something. It's a simple, but you know, I want to know if you understand that, because you need to understand once you have two options. It's must you must understand there is something above the two always. Always. Can you understand? Can you understand? You understand this concept?
Yes, yes, I do.
You understand why it's one?
Yes.
Every time, if you think about, because someone creates them. If this is creation and this is creation, someone create them, and the creator is one. And he's a creator as the one. He doesn't have good and bad. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have place. For him, it's the same. It's not. It exists and not exist at the same time. He is not relevant. God doesn't have good or bad. He doesn't do it like us.
Shah, can you give me a second, because I have a food delivery, okay? Can you hold on?
Sure.
I'll be right back in 5 minutes, okay?
Sure. How do I hold this? Happy? Yes.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you for waiting for me. Hello?
Hi? Can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm gonna have to leave in about 10-15 minutes because I have to go to the laundromat and to the store.
Great.
Okay, so we can just summarize.
Yeah, I mean, it's over, but if you have a question, let me know. Otherwise, we can talk after
Mm-hmm.
about.
So so far I'm trying to imagine that, and I can. So it's fine. It makes sense. That's what I can say.
All right, great. So, we see you on next week in the class. Or if you want to talk, you can always call me.
So how often you make those webinars?
Okay, so for you, you need to keep staying on for Wednesday. Wednesday is comfortable for you at 7.
Because I Thursday, just like today was fine, but other days, because I have things to do. I'm going to the gym, and we're doing that business, network marketing. So it's and I'm working I'm at 6 at home. So, and then I'm running to the gym, and I'm back at 8. So it's like every day is like full of. So, but
Right.
Thursdays are good for me.
If you can make it, it's only a little bit something to think of. It's not consulting or really. It's just to talk. I'm trying to let the people to understand what is it. But if you want to talk about your personal things, always yeah, send me a message to schedule a time and we can talk like you called me, and
Yeah. So we can.
things, I think like it look like you just from one talk, it look like you feel great.
Yeah. And I also like when there is more people on the webinar, because I like to listen to other people's experiences and their points of view, so you can learn, right?
Right, that you can come to the class. There is also a class on Monday at 9 p.m. So you can
But it's
also
also online, right?
yeah, they are a little bit more level, but you can come and listen.
Yeah.
Nothing much to everyone can understand that. It's not so big a deal.
So this is Monday. What time?
At 9, I will publish. I usually publish events for this for the class every time. So you're going to see. Maybe tomorrow I will publish the event for Monday.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, you can join. But I say again, if you want to talk again, let me know if there is something that you on your heart and you bother you or you want to talk. But it looks like you're doing great, right? What's going on with this conflict about the work and job and that you didn't you felt bad about it? What happened?
Yeah. So it doesn't really look so bad. Maybe I thought it's so bad, but but I don't know, because I always want to do better, or I want to get a better job. So is there anything wrong with that?
But did you understand? Of course not. Did you understand that it exists and not exist at the same time? These feelings.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you understand that, you're supposed to live a life without actually even thinking about if it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
No relevant. Why do you think? Why do you think it's relevant? That's why we are trying to. So that's why you need to understand what is it exist and not exist. So and how does it really work? Because you suppose. Why do you think there is a difference between them?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the to be better? It's better than not to be better.
I don't
You know,
know.
what's the difference between them? There's no difference. They are coming from the same source.
Yeah,
So
but
if you understand that things,
I don't want to be materialistic, not at all. But I have a question about money. Let's say if one job, let's say, pays you $100 a day, and another job can pay you $200 a day, so it's better to get another job.
yeah, but how do you feel when you get 100?
What is it?
100?
Because that 200 can get you a better life.
Yeah, so how do you feel when you get 100?
Like, it's fine, but it could be better.
Right. But
Or I am worth more.
um,
It's
right, but
my value is higher than $100, for example, right?
right. But when you think it's better, you are assuming that there is also no. It's not better. There are other options. So who say it's better to have to make a $300? Who say to be rich is better? Maybe you make another 300. Maybe you make another 1,000 or another million, and now you decided to buy for yourself a new car or maybe a plane, and you take it and you have an accident, and now you are in the hospital. So why do you need $1,000,000?
Yeah, you don't need. Yes, I know that you can never be wealthy enough because there is
No,
always.
it's no real. It exists and not exist. You are thinking it exists, but it's not exist. Who says this is better than the other? Okay.
Yeah, but let's say if I have to pay rent, right, and buy food and clothing. So if I can afford, I can afford to pay for rent and to I don't know and to get food, but I cannot afford a car, which I need to get to work, or clothes. So this is bad because you're like you feel like a poor human.
No, so you eliminate the feeling of poor or not. There's no relevant.
Mm-hmm.
The relevant is that you need to do what you need to do because this is the life.
Yes, that's what I'm
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the life, but you don't need to live your life from the bad point of view. You can say, okay, now I'm working for $100, but if there is another opportunity or another offer, or I keep looking for another opportunity to look for another job or a better job, they're going to pay me better, or I go to study, or whatever you're going to do to improve myself.
Yeah,
that's cool, but that's okay, but not from the feelings that you are now feel bad. Now you are working for 100, you feel bad. So no, it doesn't work like this. And if you feel bad, you can continue to have a better what you are asking to have, meaning a different reality, a different life, because you are coming from bad.
mm-hmm.
Now you are working for $100. Let's say you're not working. Now you are not working, you feel bad. So you cannot look for a job when you feel bad. You need to understand it actually exists and not exists. And now you are looking for a job. You are looking for a job.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you are looking for the job and you feel bad that you are not working, it's not relevant. It exists and not exist at the same time. If you understand that and you feel it, so you have no problem, and now you look for a job. Why to look for a job when you are suffering? You're probably going to find a bad job, and then you're going to be suffering with a new job. So it's not relevant. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. You need to learn and understand, and and that's what I gave the homework to say it exists and not exist at the same time. So meaning that that's your feeling, it's only one option. There are other options. And because there are other options, it's actually, they are coming from the same roots. Therefore, they are not even exist, because it exists and not exist at the same time. It exists because you are not working. But why to say I feel bad because I'm not working?
Mm-hmm.
Why? It doesn't make sense. Why you are not?
So the decision. So what you're saying is that, I mean, am I understand it right? So the decision cannot come out of the bad feelings.
Right.
It can come from the
will. Not exist.
Right? Am I right? When you want to improve something in your life, it's good. But when it's good to improve.
Everything is good. Depends how you think about it. If you think about it, it exists and not exist. So I'm telling you, it's not even relevant if it's good or bad. Do what you need to do.
You have to do what you need to do. Interesting. It's an interesting point. But I'm looking for the answer for that. When is the point that you have to make the decision to change?
You can hold on. You can hear me. Hold on. Cool.
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry, Monica, but I have to run.
Yeah, me too.
And if you want, we can continue. Just let me know when it's a good time for you, because I think it's really nice to talk to you, and I think you have a lot of questions, and and I think you are on the good path. So I think we should continue. But send me a message when it's a good time for you and when you want to talk, and what's going on also with your life.
Yes, yeah, because I have more questions, because it's still like questionable.
Right, and I understand you also need to run right now, right?
Okay, yes. So next time.
Okay, let me know. Just send me a message, and we can make another presentation and talk.
Yes, yeah. So whenever I have a time, and okay, good.
Whenever you feel you want to talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. See you.
Bye bye.